What happens inside a person's heart when they hear the word no? Some people take it as the end of the road, a heavy wall that stops them forever. Others, however, treat it as the beginning of something greater, as if rejection itself becomes the fire that forges them. The truth is, no is not the opposite of success. It is often the doorway to it. Think about Maya, a young woman who dreamed of becoming a writer. She poured her soul into her first manuscript and sent it to publishers with trembling hope. One by one, the letters came back. Not the right fit. We're passing on this project. Good luck elsewhere. Each rejection felt like a blow to her chest. For a moment, she wanted to quit. She thought, maybe they're right. Maybe my dream is not worth it. But deep inside, she asked herself a question. If I stop now, will I ever forgive myself? She decided that the no wasn't a sign to give up, but a signal to get better. She rewrote, improved, learned the craft more deeply. Years later, her book didn't just get published. It became a story that touched thousands of lives. Those same publishers who once said no were the ones wishing they had said yes. Rejection hurts because it touches our deepest fear, the fear of not being enough. Psychologists say our brains react to rejection the same way they react to physical pain. That's why being turned down for a job, a dream, or even a relationship can leave us feeling crushed. But here lies the powerful truth. Pain is not permanent, but the lessons it teaches can last forever. Take Jonah, for example. He wanted to join a top basketball team in his city. He practiced day and night, but when tryouts came, the coach told him he wasn't strong enough. That no burned in his chest. Friends told him to move on, to try something easier, but Jonah refused. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise and practiced alone on the empty court. Every evening, when others relaxed, he was still shooting hoops. The same coach who once told him no saw him years later dominating a tournament, leading a team of his own. Rejection wasn't the end of Jonah's story. It was the beginning of his discipline. History is filled with stories like these. Walt Disney was fired from a job because he was told he lacked imagination. Imagine that. Oprah Winfrey was once demoted from her job as a news anchor because her bosses thought she wasn't fit for television. But let's not only talk about famous names. Think of your own life. Remember the time you applied for something and got turned down? Remember when someone said you weren't good enough? In that moment, you might have felt small. But the question is, what if that no wasn't the end? What if it was a test of how much you truly wanted your dream? Psychologists have a term, rejection redirection. It means sometimes rejection pushes you toward a better path than the one you thought you needed. You may lose a job, only to find a career you love more. You may get turned down by one person, only to discover someone who values you fully. Every no carries the seed of a greater yes. Emma experienced this in her own way. She wanted to be part of a music competition. She sang with all her heart, but the judges didn't pick her. She cried that night, thinking her gift was worthless. But that rejection made her search deeper. She started writing her own songs, posting them online. Slowly, people found her voice. Her videos spread, and one day a producer called, not because she won a competition, but because she refused to stop singing. The no redirected her to her true path. Rejection is not a message that you are unworthy. It is a message that you are being prepared. It's the world asking you, how badly do you want this? If your answer is strong enough, rejection becomes fuel, not poison. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected over a dozen times. Today, these names are remembered not for the rejections they faced, but for the way they rose after them. So next time someone tells you, no, remember this. Thomas Edison was told he was too foolish to learn anything. Steven Spielberg was rejected from film school multiple times. And yet, these rejections shaped the very people we now call geniuses. If they had stopped at no, the world would have been robbed of their light. You have the same choice. You can let rejection close the door, or you can let it push you toward growth. The word no has broken many people, but it has also built legends. Which side will you choose? Because one day, when you look back, the no that once broke your heart might become the reason you discovered your strength, and you will realize it was never rejection, it was redirection. If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire. Comment below your own story of rejection and how you turned it into strength. I'd love to hear it. Stay strong, stay resilient, and keep moving forward.